Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good morning, everybody. John Hollis with Waking Up Blessed. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, Waking Up Blessed is about sharing our day with inspiration, starting our day with inspirational stories of experience, strength, and hope. And I want to thank SoberMap and SoberMap app. Check them out at SoberMap.com. You can download it to your phone and find some really cool information there. But most importantly, you can find any 12-step meeting that fits your category. And just download it to your phone. And just like Yelp, it'll pop up in your area. Closest meeting to you and when it starts. So check it out. It's SoberMap at SoberMap.com. Check them out. And most importantly, this morning, if you're waking up and you're starting your day, we have a great kid on today. Great kid, I should call him kid. I'm old, so I call everybody kid. But Nick is a young gentleman that has been working diligently, not only on his recovery, but spreading the message of hope to many people and helping many people. So we're going to have Nick on here in a minute. I also want to take this time and thank everybody for all of the sign-ups that have been happening at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook. If you can go there during the show or after the show or spread it to your friends, go there at, of course, Facebook on or Rockers in Recovery on Facebook, and just click on the sign-up tab, and you will be registered for the Waking Up Blessed newsletter. We had currently active around 20,000 people that were currently getting it, and we just added over the last month and a half about another 3,000. So we're very, very stoked about that and growing that. We're hoping to be able to get that, of course, up to 100,000 is our goal of readership by this coming first of the year, 2019. You guys rock, and we always are very grateful to the listeners and supporters at rockersinrecovery.com and the supporters at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook. You guys rock. So we want to thank you for that. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We got some great shows and concerts and things that are going to be happening. We got 3 shows that we have formally endorsed here at Rockers in Recovery. And, of course, September is Recovery Month, and upcoming recovery music events that we are supporting is Sober in the Sun, and you can check that out at Sober in the Sun on Facebook. World Sober Music Day, you can also find that on Facebook, and the 2018 Recovery Concert, and you can find that on Facebook too. So, those are the 3 shows that we are definitely getting behind, and when I say getting behind, we're not out on the road right now doing shows, but we have organizations that we really love and endorse, and they are 3 of them. So we look forward to you guys getting out. You got Sober in the Sun that's happening up in Massachusetts. The World Sober Music Day is happening in Nashville, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Pompano Beach, and that's on the 15th of September. Sober in the Sun is on the first weekend, which is Labor Day weekend, and then the 2018 Recovery Concert is actually happening in Philly with our friend David Usikian from the Hooters. He's going to be there with In the Pocket, his band In the Pocket, which is an amazing, amazing band, a huge amount of talent from the Philadelphia area. And, of course, that's the 2018 Recovery Concert featuring David Usikian and September 15th for that also. So check it out. You're going to have a great recovery month of music and events. So we're looking forward to hearing great stuff, and we will be promoting it along the way. So we're going to get to the phone and welcome Nick and get this show on the road. Nick, how you doing this morning?
Hey, John, good. How we doing?
Good. So far, so good, man. Any damn above dirt, it's a good day.
I hear you on that one.
So, Nick, let's start out normally. What we do is we just ask you what waking up blessed means to you.
Waking up blessed means a lot of different things, man. I mean, it's extra special for me right now because I just recently celebrated my sober date a couple weeks back, July 28th. I celebrated 8 years sober, and 8 years ago,
congratulations.
I woke up. Yeah, thank you for that. I woke up in a jail cell. I was arrested, and I woke up at the police station downstairs in a jail cell. I didn't really remember what took place, the early morning before, and I was utterly hopeless, broken, just completely depressed, and not living a good quality of life. And I didn't know what was going to happen, and luckily I was able to surrender this time and receive the help that was there and take some suggestions. And you fast forward 8 years later, and I'm waking up to my 4-year-old son prying my eyelids open, at 6 a.m. in the morning, all excited because we're, going out fishing that day. And I got to, hang out with him and a couple buddies, and, we went out on the boat and caught a few fish. And it's complete night and day how my life used to be. So, every morning I try to, wake up, I hit my knees, I say a quick prayer, maybe some literature, have my morning ritual. I get my coffee, maybe a little, 5-minute meditation. And I really reflect on, the gratitude of my life, and what I have now, and what, how good my life is compared to back then. And then I set forth through the day, and I try to be of service and try to be as helpful to as many people as possible that are suffering with this thing, because, that's been the goal, man. That's been the goal for me, at least. Like, I cannot pay back, what has been given to me. I just keep trying to help other people, find their way out of the woods and get better,
Good stuff. As you travel through your day, we all go through it. Listen, I had a day from hell yesterday, and trust me, there's a few people I got to get on the phone with this morning and set some things right because of how I came out the side of my neck yesterday. It happens, man. Thank God for a 10th step, and thank God for knowing when it's happening. And it's something that happens with everybody, and I don't care. One of the things that I always thought, Nick, for a long time was that, I was going to come into recovery and I was going to sprout these wings of, just Red Bull spirituality and, going to hover and never make a mistake. And, life was going to be wonderful. And then your character defects show up, and they show up every day. Mine do. And what do you do when you're in those circumstances where life's beating you up and you got to take that breath, or whatever you do to handle those situations? And what do you do to make the amends to clean things up on a daily basis? Let us know that.
Oh, it's humbling. It's it's certainly really humbling, but after you go through, a situation where you're clearly in the wrong, a character defect comes out. Maybe it's ego, maybe it's you lack compassion, or you become a little impatient with somebody. You have to turn around and correct those wrongs and make them right. And it's humbling, but you really, it promotes a tremendous amount of growth when you do things like that. I'm with you, man. Like, I've made my fair share of mistakes throughout sobriety. That's for damn certain. And I've certainly, come out the side of my neck. I mean, my girlfriend right now, we're about to have a baby, right? She's pregnant. Due date's the 26th of this month. We're very close. Her hormones are all over the place. She's not comfortable, impatient, really tired all the time, just angry. And man, I have to kind of separate and go to the bathroom, go to a quiet space, pray as hard as possible, just for some understanding of what she's going through, so I don't react, because I'm a very reactive person. I can react and take a fight and dive into it and say some things I don't mean, and then afterwards I have to make amends. I'm really lucky that I have a solid group of men who I got sober with. Actually, a lot of them stuck around, and we all kind of grew up in this sobriety journey together. and I keep in constant contact with them, a sponsor, almost daily, so I have all of these little, supports out there that, like, if somebody doesn't pick up, I can call the next person, and talk with them about that. Yeah, sounds like you were in the wrong, and here's the action that you have to take, to kind of make that right. I'm a 12-step guy, John. I got better, as a direct result of, hearing some truth about myself and, launching into some, 12-step work, and it ultimately was what worked for me. I just grabbed onto it, called it recovery, and ran with it. And it worked for me. So, my 10-step, I write it out sometimes. Sometimes at this stage in the game where I am, I just kind of, I talk to somebody about a situation that might have taken place, if I'm having fear around a situation, or if I'm resentful, or, if I know that I might have done something wrong, I talk with them, I get the action that I need to take, and I go do it. I made plenty of mistakes in recovery, and the difference this time around compared to the failed attempts, I think, is, I was willing to take a look at those mistakes and change around them, which created a lot of growth for me. It's hard to go up to somebody and say, hey, listen, the way that I spoke to you yesterday, or, the way that I behaved wasn't okay, and I'm sorry for
absolutely.
that. I shouldn't have done that. And it's hard to do that, but after, you feel better, you feel a lot better.
Something. Hey, listen, you're absolutely right. And one of the things that, hey, listen, we all have that, like, motivation in our brain. If you're an addict, you'll understand this, because you say to yourself, but I have an excuse for that. I have a reason why I acted that way. I acted that way because blah, 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 blah. And if they had to deal with blah, 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 they would feel that way too, which was all bullshit. So the reality of life is exactly what you said, is being humble enough to be able to say, hey, listen, man, something, I was really in bad space, and I'm sorry I came out the side of my neck with you. I had no right to do that to you or anybody else. So, and doing that, I think that not only did you were talking about that spiritual growth, but we also get to feel better, like you said. You know what I mean? We're not carrying around that rock in the bag, because you put enough rocks in the bag, what do? We go out and use.
Oh, you stink.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you stink. Yeah, it's really hard, and I can dig into a resentment and stay there for a long time, but it doesn't serve me well. At the end of the day, it just doesn't serve me well. Like you said, I'm walking around with all this baggage. It's weighing me down. I don't even realize I'm carrying all this. I'm tired. I'm grouchy. My day's going slow, and it's just, I got to look at my side of the street. Let's just say somebody did do something wrong, but how did I behave around that situation?
Absolutely.
I got to look at my side of the street. When I start doing that, I can get to a place of peace.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. I'm really glad you came on this morning. I'm really glad that we talked. I mean, these are real issues, and what we try to do, on the show is talk to, whoever our guest is about real stuff. I mean, these are things that we go through every day, and we don't really talk about them. I mean, listen, we send out a message of our experience, strength, and hope, and, a lot of times we, neglect to well, I do, and I'm not going to talk about everybody, but I neglect sometimes to talk about the underbelly of what I go through, because, something, there's a lot of stuff I go through emotionally, physically, mentally, that it is not all together and being in line with what God's will is for me, then I could be really off the chain.
Yeah, you can, and we're all human. We're all human.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've gotten to this place in my recovery where I maybe I have a year sober, or I'm starting to dabble with sponsoring other men and speaking at some meetings, and you almost get scared to talk about what's truly going on. We're still going to have fear. We're still going to have
Absolutely.
resentment. Our conduct our conduct may still be out of whack, and that's why we have all those people, sponsor, other people that you've gotten sober with or in recovery that you trust, that are there to hold you accountable and tell you some truth because they love you and they care about you,
There you go, man. Good stuff, Nic. Listen, let us know what you do and how you do it, and just give us, because you do a lot of stuff online, you do events. Tell us what you do.
So I work for New England Recovery and Wellness Center up in Concord, New Hampshire, and I'm the outreach coordinator, and really, really excited to work for the company, man. Right when I started working for them, I knew it was a good company. Everybody asks me, they're like, what makes your treatment different than other treatment facilities? And sometimes I'm just kind of like, I don't know, a lot of treatment facilities are pretty similar, but I can tell you the people that I work with, very, very caring people, from the top to the bottom. It's just all people that are in the trenches that are very, very caring. So I bought into that, and I go meet with, other treatment centers, hospitals, different places, and I just kind of spread the word about what we do. I also learn about different resources in the area, and ultimately, when I get a call for somebody that needs help, how can I best suit this person? What resources do I have? How can I get this person to the right place where they need to be, where they're going to have the best chance at achieving sobriety? I do a lot of events, raise a lot of awareness, try to end stigma as much as possible on the whole addiction. I mean, with the opiate epidemic and things that are going on right now, it's really important that we're talking about it. It's really important that we're talking about it, we're shedding light to it, and we're doing what we can to help those that are suffering from it.
When you go back in time, you've been around for a while. When we started Rockers in Recovery in 2008, just prior, just after that, shortly after that, Greg Williams started to do the show in the movie The Anonymous People. And he was working on that, and then he released it. But I really believe that movies like that really have to go out there, because I think that there's a part of even our own community in the 12-step community that still has their own stigma that says, hey, listen, we can't let people know who we are. And I think that's a scary thing in this day and age. Don't you?
100%. Yeah, 100%. And you know what? I respect people's anonymity. I respect, I don't, break that. I don't break the confidentiality. But for me personally, it's important that I tell you I made it out. It's important for me to let everybody know, I struggled like you struggled, man, and I'm one of you. I'm not this guy up here who's above you. I'm actually one of you, man, and
right alongside
I could quickly become, I'm right with you, man. And I'll be there to pick you up. I'll carry you on my back until you can walk on your own, man. That's what happened for me. Somebody helped me until I could actually do it on my own. And the thing is the more that I can talk about, how I got better, who helped, and also talk about the things that didn't help me, like my own, behaviors or stubbornness or ego. And, if I can display a message to somebody that might be able to help them, screw my anonymity, man. I'm all set with that. I'm a drug addict, I'm a bottom feeder, heroin addict that, has been homeless. I used to work on a fishing boat. I slept on the boat and showered down at the public beach. You know what I'm saying? That was me. And you can get out of that life, man. You can get out of that life, and you can live a life of purpose and actually be happy.
I am so glad that Nic is on this side of the fence, because me and a buddy of mine, Paul Wilson, were talking just the other day, and he said, could you imagine if everybody we knew was out there using? It would set the world on its axis. So we're really blessed. Yeah. We're really blessed that we're all here and we're all sober, and so are our communities.
100%.
So by the grace of God, one more day. Today we get to start this day Waking Up Blessed. We started it with Nic. I want to thank Nic for being on Waking Up Blessed with us. Nic, I look forward to hearing what you're doing and doing the things that you're doing. I know you and the Added Chick are working on some stuff. That's going to be cool. We're looking forward to just staying in touch and being a part of your world, and you be a part of our world, and let's start rocking and rolling and help some people.
Awesome, John. I appreciate that, man. If there's anything that I can do to be helpful, man, I'd love to keep in touch, and thank you for having me. It's been a privilege to be on with you.
Dude, it's a privilege back at you, brother. Any day we get to breathe, it's a good day, bro.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for being on. We'll look forward to having you back.
All righty, John. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, man. Thanks. All right, guys. There you go. Waking Up Blessed. Just did another episode this morning, and Monday through Friday you can check out Waking Up Blessed. You can check that out right at rockersandrecovery.com at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Just click on the Listen Live button, and the show of the day is all right there, and past shows. And if you click on of course, Rockers in Recovery, the first blog that you'll see is Nic's blog, and you can listen to the show from that. So there's all kinds of different ways to listen to Rockers in Recovery. One of the best ways is to go to Rockers in Recovery on Facebook, and it's pinned to the top of the page. Every day, 9 a.m., the show's pinned right there. So if you can't find it, there's something wrong. Go to rockersandrecovery.com, click on the Listen Live button, or go to Facebook and look for the pinned show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Thank everybody for tuning in today, being a part of our world, and check out the SoberMap, sponsor for the show today, at SoberMap.com. And may I glad to say we don't get to pick up today no matter what, and we get to listen to guys like Nic and give us some inspiration and some strength and some hope, and he definitely did that today. And I want to thank everybody for being in our world. Have a great day.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.